At the beginning of the story, we see two cousins, in which the boy's name is Richard, who is 9 years old, and the girl's name is Amy, who is 7 years old. Both of them are in a ship with Richard's father and are returning home. Both the children are doing mischief, so Richard's father forbids them from doing so. Then he sees that the ship has caught fire, due to which all the people present in the ship get scared, and there is chaos all around. Nothing is visible clearly due to the smoke there. Richard's father and some people shift to a boat to save their lives. The cook of this ship is Patty, who takes Richard and Amy with him in a small boat, but due to the smoke of the fire, he cannot see anything, and he gets separated from them and goes away. Patty keeps wandering in the middle of the sea with both the children without food and water. The next morning, Patty and both the children see that there is an island in front of them. Seeing this, Patty becomes happy, and they come to that island in their small boat. This island is surrounded by all four. On one side of the island, it is full of greenery and coconut trees. Patty starts exploring the island so that if he sees any human, he can ask for help from them, but he does not see anyone. Now these people are completely trapped in this island, but Patty understands that all the necessary things are present in this island to survive. Patty also finds a barrel of alcohol there, from where it has flowed to the shore. When Richard is playing, he finds a human skull, which he shows to Patty. Seeing this, Patty asks him to throw it away and understands that there is danger here, so he takes the children to the other side. At night, when Patty is drinking alcohol, he hears the sound of drums from the other side of the island. Hearing this, Patty swims to that side, where he sees that a piece of human flesh is kept on a statue. Seeing this, Patty understands that human sacrifices are done here. He gets scared and comes to Richard and Amy and says that both of you promise me that no matter what happens, you will not go to that side of the island. This is the rule of law. You have to follow it, but the kids wonder why Patty is forbidding them from going there. Patty says that there are cannibals there who eat children. Richard thinks that his father will come and take them away from there. Patty also thinks that they will be saved, but until then, he takes responsibility of the kids and teaches them to find food and make shelter. He teaches the kids to survive in this jungle for 2 months, so that even if something happens to him, the kids can survive. One night, Patty drinks too much and sees that his barrel of alcohol is sinking in the sea. He goes to pick it up, and because of being drunk, he starts drowning in the water. The next morning, when Richard and Amy wake up, they see that Patty is not there. Both of them use binoculars and see that Patty is lying on the sand on the other side of the island. Both of them sit in a small boat and go to Patty. They think that Patty is just sleeping because he drank too much. They try to wake him up, but he doesn't wake up. This tells them that Patty is not there. Patty had drunk so much that he died. Seeing this, Richard and Amy feel very bad, and both of them are now completely alone. Amy tells Richard that I miss Patty here. I can no longer live here. Take me somewhere else. Richard agrees to her, and they pack their things and sit on the boat and come to the other side of the island. They find this jungle worth living. There is no problem of food and water here too, so both of them build their new house. In the beginning, they have to struggle, but with what Patty has taught them, they do not have much problem, and slowly they learn to live on this island. Some years pass while living on this island, and both of them have grown up now. Richard is now 21 years old, and Amy is 19 years old. Both of them catch fish together, pluck fruits, and live together. Physical and emotional changes start coming inside Richard and Amy, which they are unable to understand and are unaware of these changes. One day, when Amy is taking a bath, then she gets her first period and blood starts flowing. She gets scared and calls Richard. When Richard hears her voice and comes and asks what happened, she gets embarrassed and asks him to go away. After a while, when Amy comes out of the water after taking a bath, Richard asks her what happened. He thinks Amy has got hurt somewhere, but Amy tells him that she is not hurt. Richard gets angry as she does not tell him anything. He feels that Amy did not hide anything from him earlier, but now she has started hiding a lot of things. Slowly, Amy and Richard start getting attracted towards each other. When Richard walks around without a shirt, Amy keeps looking at him. When Amy goes to bathe in the river, Richard sees her, but due to lack of social knowledge, he is unable to understand all these things because both of them are stuck here since childhood and they have never read anything about this. Here, Richard catches fish and plucks fruits, and Amy cooks fish and washes clothes. Both of them are living happily on this island, laughing and joking together, but they still hope that one day Richard's father will come to rescue them. One day, Amy hears the sound of drumming from that end of the island where Patty had forbidden them to go. But Amy is curious to know what is happening there, so she goes there alone. She sees the same statue there from where blood was falling down. Amy feels that this place is holy and it is the place of God, so she runs to Richard. She comes close to him and tells him that she had gone to that side of the island where Patty had forbidden us to go. There she saw a statue, which was probably of God. Patty had lied to us. There are no cannibals there. Hearing all this, Richard gets angry and says that we had promised Patty that we will not go there, but you made a big mistake by going there. But from now onwards, you should not go there. At night, when Amy is sleeping, she gets a bad dream in which Richard dies by drowning in water. She wakes up in fear. Amy sees that it is morning and Richard is standing in front of her. Amy tells him to promise that you will not leave me and go anywhere. Both of them hug each other emotionally. Richard kisses her and tries to do something further with her, but Amy pushes him away. At night again, Richard tries to come close to her, but Amy asks him to go. Which way do you give Richard? Richard gets angry with this and does not talk to Amy the next morning. Amy sees that Richard is doing something behind the stones, but she does not understand anything. When she calls him then, Richard runs away from her, but Richard gets angry. After some time, when Richard is plucking coconuts from the tree, he sees a ship in the sea for the first time in so many years. Seeing this, he gets down from the tree and runs towards a hill where he had collected wood so that he can light a fire and attract the attention of the people present in the ship and ask for their help. But Richard gets late in reaching there, and the ship goes away from there. During the same time, Amy also saw that ship. She had a chance to light a fire, but despite seeing the ship, she did not do so because she had started liking living here now, and she had also accepted this life. Then Richard comes there and gets angry at her for not lighting the fire. He tells Amy that I am fed up with you. I will go from here alone. Richard sits in the same small boat and leaves from there, but halfway through Richard's boat breaks down and he falls into the water. He is forced to return to the island. Amy starts making fun of him and says that now this island is our home and we should live here. Hearing this, Richard gets angry and they have an argument. They start insulting each other. Amy says, I know what you do alone behind the stone. I will tell your father. Richard says, you watch me secretly. On this, Amy says, you also watch me when I take a bath. Hearing this, Richard throws a coconut at her in anger, but it does not hit her. But when Amy throws it, the coconut hits Richard's head. Richard slaps her and throws her out of the house. He says, I have made this hut. You cannot live here. I will not even give you food now. Due to which, Amy has to sleep outside and she has to arrange for food alone. She faces a lot of problems at this time, and Richard keeps making fun of her. Amy starts offering flowers to the statue present on the island and prays to God. When she is coming to her island from the sea, her foot falls on a poisonous stone fish, due to which she starts feeling a lot of pain. She somehow returns to the island. When Richard sees Amy ill, he asks her what happened. She says, my foot fell on a stone fish. That is why I became ill due to the effect of the poison. She tells him to take her to my God. Richard takes Amy in his arms and brings her to the statue. Amy's condition worsens, and she falls unconscious. Richard gets scared that something might happen to Amy. So that he doesn't die, he prays to God to cure Amy. After some time, Amy regains consciousness and is completely cured. The energy, peace, and atmosphere there helped her body to recover. Richard is happy to see Amy and says that I was very scared that if something happens to you, what will I do alone on this island? Amy says that you are not angry with me. Richard says no, and then both of them return to their island. One day, Richard and Amy are sitting together and talking. Then both of them look at each other lovingly and kiss. they express their love and get intimate. This was the first time when they were able to understand this feeling, which was growing inside them for so many days. Now they get close many times while exploring it. Both of them enjoy it a lot, and they start living on this island like a couple. Many months pass by living together. Richard notices that Amy no longer comes to him like before, and there is a change in her behavior too. He asks Amy, "Don't you love me like before?" On this, Amy says, "I don't know. I'm not feeling well. I'm vomiting too." Then she puts Richard's hand on her stomach and says, "I feel something different is happening inside me." Richard also realizes that actually Amy is pregnant, but both of them have no information about this. Richard feels that she is eating too much food. That is why her stomach is bloating, and there is some movement inside. One night, Richard hears the sound of damru from the other side of the island. When he goes there to see, he sees that some tribal people are sacrificing a man in front of that idol. Seeing this, Richard gets scared and runs from there to Amy. Then, Amy starts having labor pain, and she is screaming loudly. Seeing this, Richard quickly comes to her and helps her in the delivery. Amy gives birth to a son, and both are very happy. They name the child Patty. Then, Richard and Amy bring the child to their hut. He is crying, so Richard and Amy give him food and water, but they do not know that the child needs mother's milk. When Amy takes the child in her arms, the child starts drinking the mother's milk. After this, Richard tells Amy that he had seen some tribals performing a sacrifice, and if they come here, they can harm them too, and says that if they do this, I will not leave them. Richard and Amy become happier after the arrival of the child and love the child a lot. A few years pass while living on the island. The child starts growing up. They teach him to swim, play, and speak. One day, all of them are playing on the seashore by applying wet mud on their bodies. Then Richard's father reaches there in a ship with some men searching for them. But when he sees those three completely covered in mud from a distance, he does not recognize them and takes the ship back. When Richard and Amy see the ship, they do not know that Richard's father is in it. They do not call the ship and stay there quietly because they are now happy in this life and do not want to go back. They are afraid that if they return, they will have to go to a society where no one loves them. After this, Richard goes to the island with Amy and his son in a boat to pick fruits. Before Patty died, they had lived here for a few months. They start remembering their childhood by looking at the things around them. Then, Richard goes to pick fruits, and Amy is on the shore with her son. While playing, their son picks poisonous berries and keeps them in his boat. Amy cannot see this. Both of them go back to the boat to wait for Richard. Amy gets angry, and when she wakes up, she sees that the boat has gone away from the shore. Then, her son throws a paddle in the water. Amy tries to pick up the paddle, but she is not successful. She immediately calls Richard, who starts swimming towards them. Then Amy says that there is a shark behind you. Come quickly! Richard quickly moves towards the boat without taking the paddle. Amy hits the shark with the other paddle to save him from the shark, which gives Richard a chance to board the boat. But now he does not have a paddle so that he can go back to his island. He tries to take the boat towards the shore with his hands. They try to swim, but the current of water is very fast, and due to fear of attack of the shark, they do not dare to swim. Their boat starts moving ahead in the sea on its own. These people remained in the sea for 2 days. They keep wandering. Their son feels hungry, so he eats a poisonous berry. Seeing this, Amy and Richard try to take the berry out of their son's mouth, but he has already swallowed it. Both of them think that their son will die, so they both also eat the berry. All three of them lie down in the boat to wait for death and fall unconscious. Actually, that berry is not that poisonous. They just fall unconscious. After some time, Richard's father is in the ship and is looking here and there with a telescope. Then he sees Richard's small boat in the sea. He shows this boat to his man. Then Richard's father and his men come to see sitting in their small boat. They find Richard, Amy, and their son in an unconscious state. Richard's father asks if he is dead. The man replies, "No, sir, he is sleeping." They are saved, and with this, the movie ends. Friends, if you have to spend your whole life on an island with one person, then who would it be? Give your opinion in the comment section. Like and share the video, and subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you do not miss the upcoming videos.